The people of Venezuela carried out a historic consultative referendum in defense of the Essequibo. For more dates, more detail, we get in contact with a correspondent, Gladys Quesada. Hello, Gladys.
Hello, Are. Yes, I'm still here in downtown Caracas, where people is still coming to vote. This is midday, mid-journey of this voting in this referendum, this consultative referendum in the Guyana-Essequibo region. As we have been saying, and I know you have been reporting it also, there are 5 questions in the ballot that the Venezuelans must answer yes or no. And the 5 questions are related to the current dispute between Guyana, the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. So far, people are still coming here, people are still arriving to vote in the voting centers and other locations, also all over Caracas. And as you can see, there is an order in the way that people can come and check what voting table they must go to. And they are approaching with their children, with the elderly, and also with the ones that need assistance. Also, as we have been saying and stressing, this is an ordered and peaceful process that has been a democratic, joyful celebration. This has been one day of calm and peace. Also, today in the voting center I'm currently at, there was a visit of the national director of the National Electoral Council, and in this case, Rector Nogales. She was touring the facilities, touring the voting centers, and she was present here overseeing the process. She also was referring to the expression of the will of the people. She was talking that the National Electoral Council does not believe in statistics, believes in the actual voting, in the actual numbers, and in the actual will of the people. Also, she was stressing that 100% of the colleges opened at 6 a.m. in the country, and all of them were ready and with all the logistics set in place for this voting day, with all the implements, the voting machines, and also all the needed and required resources put in place for this occasion. Also, as you know, all the national authorities, the top authorities of the country, have been not only touring the voting centers, but also offering their remarks and their opinions on this process. One of them is Delcy Rodriguez, the Executive Vice President of Venezuela, who was addressing the press on the occasion of this referendum, and she was stressing the need of the government of Venezuela and Guyana to hold talks regarding this dispute and regarding the Guyana-Essequibo region. Let's listen.
Even when Maduro was a foreign minister, we have already said many times that there have to be a dialogue, there have to be whole talks. They had to resume negotiations based on the Geneva Agreement, so based on legality and peace. That's the judicial issue. So Venezuelan people are just exercising their sovereignty. Today it's a day where all Venezuelans are equal, because each citizen's vote is remarkably valuable, and it is going to remain in the history in defense of our Guyana Essequibo.
Also, the Executive Vice President of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, was praising the process and praising how all Venezuelans, without any colors, any divisions, any political affiliations or factions, were coming to vote and were coming for just one common cause of the Venezuelan nationality and the Venezuelan people, and that is to the recovery on the dispute or the dispute of the Essequibo region, the Guyana Essequibo. As we know, there is a zone under request, under claim, and under dispute with the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. The Executive Vice President also was saying that despite all the liabilities imposed by the ExxonMobil and the government of Guyana, Venezuela was given an example of democracy, an example of peace, and an example of concord and dialogue. Let's listen this moment.
What will do the Venezuelan people is just an impetus for the people of the region. So the Venezuelan people is an example for the world because we are going to defend our Essequibo with lives.
So these were the remarks and the words of the Executive Vice President, Delcy Rodriguez. We know that also the President of the National Assembly, Jorge Rodriguez, have been given other statements and his opinions, his criteria to the press. And as we know also, the President, Nicolás Maduro Moros, early in the morning was inviting all Venezuelans to vote, and he was casting his vote on the first hours of this Sunday. He was also at around 6 a.m. He was presenting and going to the voting center of his jurisdiction. So far, this is the information. We will have more details. And I want to invite all our viewers, all of our audience, to our special interviews that we are going to have in the nighttime after the voting day closes, and with analysts, experts, and other people and figures and personalities that are present here in Venezuela during this voting day. This is my report so far. So right now I give you back the signal. So back to you.
Thank you, Gladys Quesada, for reporting for us from Venezuela on the historic date of the consultative referendum in Guyana Essequibo.